Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Travis Simmons. Today we're going to be talking about fitting a regression line to data with pandas. This is going to be a purely visual exercise here. We're not going to be generating any statistical results. It's just for data exploration. So if you're here just for that and you're just looking for some code, here it is right here. We're going to use Seaborn. You import Seaborn, sns.regplot, and then your x value, your y value. These are the column names in your data. Then once you have your data stored in, we have it in a data frame named df. Then we have a line keywords here. It's just a dictionary with the color value pair as color red. So we have a red line going there just so it'll stand out from the crowd. And if that's all you needed, I hope you have a good day. And if you want to understand a little more about that, we'll go through it now. So for the last 2 weeks, we've done a little bit of data analysis. So we're in, as always, we are in a Google Colab notebook where you can write Python code into here. So print hello. And when we type Python code in here and we hit Shift Enter, it will run it. We can also run it by hitting the little plus button right there. And this notebook, by the way, will be in the description of this video for you to come mess around with it, and feel free to. So we're importing pandas, which is the module we use to read CSV files, which is tabular data. We have some tabular data right here. And as you can see, we have a path to that tabular data, and we're loading it in. Here it is right here. If you'd like to use your own data with this, you can come here and then go to your Mountain Drive. And then you can give it access to your Google Drive files and upload your own data and run it in this exact code. Just change out to that path right there. So we read it in, there's that. Then we did a scatter plot, which we read it in, the data in is data frame, which is df. Then there's a method using pandas, this .plot. And then after you do .plot, you can choose what kind of plot you want to use, and we're using a scatter plot. And then we're doing the predictive variable, the x on the x-axis of median income, and the y value, which is the dependent variable on the median house value. So here we can see that there's a little bit of a correlation here between these two. The more money you make, the more you're going to spend on your house. So that makes sense, I would say. So what we can do, we do not want that there. We're going to import Seaborn, and then we're going to do this code right here. So I'm going to rewrite it, and we will talk about it as we go. So SNS is the alias for Seaborn, which is the package we're going to use. And then dot is so we can access all the different methods that Seaborn gives us access to. And we're going to use this regplot. All right, and then we can see here that it has all the different keywords you can give it, all the arguments you can give it. So right now we're going to do the x-axis and then the y-axis. So if we do x equals, then what do we want to do? We want to do median income. Then y equals median house value. So this is saying I want to do a regression plot where median income is on the x-axis and mean house value is on the y-axis. And again, those are column names from our data. So we need to point it at the data. So data equals df, because again, right here, we read that data in as the variable df. It could have been anything. We chose df because pandas uses data frames, which is the name for those tables. And then if we just ran this, we can take a look at that and see it's really hard to see that line, which is why I added this little bit here at the end where it says line keywords, KWS, equals, and then that takes a dictionary, which we haven't talked about dictionaries yet, but you use these little curly brackets, and you can do what's called key value pairs. So the key here is going to be color, and the value of that color would be red. Sweet. So we changed the color to red, and we could change to anything. Let's try black. Sweet. And then it's also printing a confidence interval of some sort. We didn't specify that, so not sure what, probably a 95% confidence interval. That's generally what is plotted, but yeah, So we're seeing a ton of points down at the bottom that are in that confidence interval. This really great technique as a second step to do after you plot your data. So you plotted your data, you're like, hey, there looks like there might be a little correlation there. Before you go through and doing all the statistics, checking for normality, checking to meet all your assumptions before you do any kind of statistical test, you just fit a line to it and say, yeah, I can kind of see that. It just gives you a better idea of what you were already looking for when you just went and plotted your data on a scatter plot. So I hope this works for you, and if you have any questions about running this, please leave me a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.